Hey you, welcome to Pejman TV. I'm Pejman, your host there. And I'm not gonna ask you to subscribe because I hate it when people do that in the beginning of a video. How do you know if you like it if the video hasn't even started yet? Don't like, don't subscribe, watch it. And if you honestly like it, please subscribe. Please hit that button and I will subscribe right back to you, all right? This is part 2 of one of my most popular videos, the most popular video I ever made, actually. And oh my God, thank you for your responses. As this Darrell Brooks case was heard all over the world. I got people were watching this from Canada, South Africa, the UK, Australia. People all over the world were saying the nicest things about the videos. Thank you for that response. Here's some of the reaction you guys had and a recap of part 1.
Tell the jury the truth. Just do what you gotta do so I can get up out of here. Do you remember what you can recall?
Do I remember if I can recall?
I'm not going to require the state of Wisconsin to testify.
We address subject matter jurisdiction, Your Honor. Did you see this take place?
With my own freaking eyes, yes. How many times do I have to say yes for you to understand it?
That had to be said to the defendant.
Yes, my daughter.
Speaking as a first-hand eyewitness.
Because she is a first-hand eyewitness.
I didn't say first. I said you make the initial 911 call.
Initial means first.
The upper half, not the silhouette.
Yeah, I got requests. It ain't like they gonna be honored though.
So what other details do you not recall?
So without further ado, here's part 2. Let the circus begin.
So why did you decide to testify here today?
Objection, that's a legally inaccurate question, Your Honor.
So how did you ultimately come to that decision?
Objection, that's a misstatement, Your Honor. It was not his decision.
Sustained.
Were you subpoenaed?
Yes.
And at that time you were subpoenaed, you decided to testify.
I don't believe it's my decision.
Well, it would be fair to say that you didn't have to show up, right? Would that be fair to say?
No, I had to show up.
Well, would it be fair to say that you could have chosen not to?
No, it would not be fair to say that.
Do you recall when you typed your report?
Objection, relevance.
Grounds.
Sustained. Not relevant.
How's that not relevant if he already answered that he typed a report?
Please continue, sir.
Grounds for the sustain. Sustain. Grounds for the sustain.
Relevant.
He answered that he typed a report. So how's it not relevant if he recalls when he typed it?
Please continue, sir.
You got to be kidding me. Do you know who the plaintiff is in this incident?
Well, plaintiff would be the state of Wisconsin.
Have you ever had any interaction with the plaintiff in this incident?
Objection.
Grounds.
Relevant, legally inaccurate.
Grounds.
Sustained as to the form of the question.
Were you ever contacted by the plaintiff in this incident?
Objection,
Grounds.
irrelevant.
Sustained.
To your knowledge, the plaintiff is the state of Wisconsin. Do you see him present in the courtroom?
Sustained.
You identify the plaintiff state of Wisconsin?
Same objection.
Sustained. Sir, please, not on this topic.
To the best of your knowledge, you're not even sure you've ever even had any interaction with the plaintiff, state of Wisconsin, correct?
Sustained.
Seems like there's no plaintiff.
Jury will disregard statements made by the
man.
attorneys
Oh, man.
and the parties. They are
Sleep.
not evidence, please.
It was like an SUV, you know, the flat back. And all I know is I'd seen the red streak, and then all of a sudden I seen the car in front of me.
So, would you describe it as a car?
It was a vehicle.
Fair to say at that time you had no knowledge of the injuries sustained.
No, and I was a little bit this way because I was directly behind vehicle.
Were you able to see into the vehicle in any way?
No, because it came behind me.
So you didn't get a look at the driver at all?
No, I don't have eyes in the back of my head.
And Mr. Brooks, do you have a position on
Can
the
I
state's
go over the
proposed-
document, please? Can I do that, Your Honor? Respectfully
sorry?
for the record, may I do that? You seem like the same thing that was there yesterday.
It's not. There are some changes.
What changes?
Reference
It's
to
the same. It's the same document yesterday. The same document.
It's not the same. The changes were put on the record verbally by the state. Those would be in the first two paragraphs. It's taking out reference to Sallyport of the Waukesha County Jail, referring to it simply as a garage attached to the Waukesha County Courthouse. That's my understanding.
So it's the same document. Same document.
It's not the same. Let me know when you're finished reviewing it. And
I don't have to review the same document.
Address these issues because
holding
you
me
are
in
not being respectful, you are disruptive, you are interrupting. I will give you one more opportunity. Don't interrupt me again. Don't roll your eyes at me. Don't sigh at me. You have delayed these. Don't roll your eyes at me. Don't sigh at me. You have delayed these proceedings now by...
Because I didn't understand. Immediately in my head, I started to get afraid when they said they had to even test for COVID.
well, were you reporting being sick and symptoms prior to them asking you to test?
Yes, I had been telling officers for days that I hadn't been feeling well.
There's been a request from the state to have the jury look at the vehicle, of course, is alleged to be the vehicle that was driven through the parade. I want you to be advised that you have a right to be at that jury view. Did you hear me say that?
Yeah, I mean,
That was my whole thing. I don't see the relevancy of it. And I also didn't agree with or consent to having to be part of something that I don't see as relevant. You pretty much told me yesterday about, everything.
I appreciate you making a record of that, but did you hear what I said, that you have a right to be present for it?
I'm informed.
So my question to you then this morning is, do you want to be present at the jury view of the vehicle?
And no, I do not consent to or agree to being present at a jury view.
All right, then I'm going to honor his request, but what I am going to do...
If I have a right to be present, then I have a right to not be present. How can this take place if I don't agree or consent to being present? How can it even still take place without me?
It will take place, sir. I'm just going to honor your request not to be there.
I'm asking a question though. How can it take place without my consent or agreement?
If you don't... It's going to take place. That's how I'm going to answer that, sir. So you not going there is not going to prevent it from happening. But
No,
your lack
Your
of
Honor.
consent is not going to stop the jury view. It's going to happen. It's a piece of
How can it
evidence
be
that...
lawful? I haven't given consent or agreement to a jury view. I haven't waived any right. When the whole issue was brought up, on the record yesterday, my first thing that I said was, how can it take place without my consent or agreement?
I don't believe I need to take a full waiver with a colloquy with you and anything in writing.
I was told about I don't know how you said, the colloquy.
I know what I said.
Is the jury asking you questions or me?
The plaintiff in this matter, which was stated by witnesses in testimony to be the state of Wisconsin. But when I asked, do they see the state of Wisconsin present in the courtroom, which is a valid question. Can that be noted for the record?
It was noted this morning.
May it be noted again for the record. All valid things. I have the right to face my accuser, which would be the plaintiff, state of Wisconsin, in this matter. They have yet to, and it should be proven for the record. And if not, I move for this case to be dismissed for failure to appear by the plaintiff. Everything that I'm saying, it has merit and it has validity. Your Honor, you should recuse yourself from the presiding. Recuse yourself from the presiding. As a matter of fact, when it comes to a plea, I haven't even had the opportunity to entertain any plea that may have been suggested by the prosecution. We haven't even talked about that. Not one time was it ever brought to my attention that the prosecution even wanted to offer a plea. I have the right to recuse the judge at any time, which is also a right.
But I'm not a person, I'm a human being.
I will be able to re-cross-examine.
I've always been right in the things that I've said. I've got hate mail, Germany, Belgium, I believe even in other countries.